The American tour should be announced soon.
Nice.
So we got word in, exclusive word in. Oh, yeah. Dude.
Had to wade through so much to get that exclusive.
I know. We were like an hour and a half in. By the way, breaking news, everybody. They're gonna fucking tour again. Welcome to Every Album Ever with Mike and Alex. My name is Mike Mansour, and I'm joined as always by my lighthouse wearing co-host, Alexander Volts. Say hello.
Hello.
This is Every Album Ever, the podcast where we listen to every single album in the world, one artist at a time. That's a new discography per episode. And today we'll be discussing every album by
Martin Dupont.
If you heard that little voice right there, and if you're watching the video, you'll see that my brother Robert is back joining us. Hello.
Hello. I dressed for the occasion.
Stripes?
Yes.
Yeah, that's pretty French.
It's a little warm for me to be wearing a long sleeve, so
You're a warm boy.
Oh, I'm a cool guy.
Warm boy, cool guy. Jesus Christ. If you want to, whatever. I don't know if we're going to jump. I don't know. I've already forgotten everything. Who cares? We're talking about Martin Dupont. If you want to support us, help us out. Like the video if you like it. Dislike it if you're a piece of shit. Doesn't matter. Leave comments. Talk shit if you would like. Share with your friends. Subscribe. Appease the almighty, all evil, all consuming algorithm. It will help us out eventually. You can find a Spotify playlist on Martin Dupont. Link in the description. Got playlists associated with pretty much every episode. You can find them all at everyalbumever.com. And lastly, not leastly, patreon.com/everyalbumever. Bonus episodes, super duper early access to the Loose Ends episodes, 20% off all merch. You get to see our schedule in advance. You get to vote on polls to decide who we're covering next. We're in the middle of another poll. It's heated.
It's heated again.
Heated. I thought it was going to be a fucking landslide. It's not.
That tends to, we're 2 for 2 for neck and neck polls so far.
Yep. I don't know how I feel about it either. So go there.
Find out.
Oh yeah. Go there if you want to do that. And if you're tier 2, if you're bigger than Jesus, then you can actually request artists for us to cover. Otherwise, there is no way in hell we'll ever get to it. Money talks and we're broke. So please, that's it for that for now. Okay. So why are you here, Robert?
Well, you asked me. And
that's true. I did ask you. Why is he here, Alex?
Yeah, why am I here?
I believe.
Why are any of us here?
I believe you.
It's essential. I don't know.
Despite the name, this is not one man. It is a musical group. But you were the inspiration for this episode because there is very, very little information on this
pretty much
group. So you and our research guy Tom are the fucking backbone of this episode.
I could give a serious answer.
Okay,
I barely discovered this group last year, and I liked them so much. I told you about it, and it's like, you guys should cover them.
Yeah, and then I put them on the schedule for the eventually. Like we'll get to it eventually, and then what had happened was, and I'm trying to buy as much time because I closed the notes that Tom sent me on this band, and I'm trying desperately to pull them back up. I was going to the old bathroom, and I overheard you listening to some music. I was like, "That's a very cool song. What is that? I like it so much. I need to download Shazam on the spot, and then Shazam it, which I did, and it was this band. I was like, "Oh, the band he's always talking about that I said I would cover eventually.
Yeah,
maybe we should cover them." And so I bumped them up a little bit in the schedule.
Nice.
And then that's when I found the notes. Hell yeah.
There we go. Yeah, my first time listening to them, very obscure, but worth a listen to if listeners are a fan of electronic music, of weird, dark, and wacky 80s. I see they get the new wave label, but that is very, very playing real loose.
Well, I don't believe in that label.
I was playing real loose with that, but yeah, fascinating, fun listen.
Interesting stuff. I didn't come out like a diehard fan the way I was hoping I would, but I did come out loving enough.
Nice.
Did come out very bored with some stuff. Like, God.
Really?
Oh yeah.
I was bored once, and then after that, I was on board.
I was, I think for a lot of it, I was like, this didn't go where I thought it was going to go. And then it took me all my second listens to be like, all right, I see where it's still good.
Okay.
Except for one album where I couldn't.
Sure.
I couldn't come back from that. You seem to be a huge fan. Explain.
Yeah.
How'd you stumble upon this?
That's a better question.
Yeah. I wasn't in the old bathroom, but I was on. I was on my lunch break at work, listening to the radio, and they played "Inside Out," and it the way they were using samples with like vocals, the weird fluctuations. When I heard it, I was like, "Oh man, like this kind of reminds me of like my own music." And then I thought like, "Oh man, okay, so like groups are like, catching on to this idea or whatever." Well, I Shazammed it. And then I found out it came out in 1987.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I was like, okay, well.
What kind of fucked up radio station are you listening to that they play this?
Yeah, exactly. I think it's a college station.
Oh, that makes... Okay.
KSPC, I think. Claremont.
A college radio station. That makes way more sense. And then I was surprised to find out in Tom's notes that, this guy is actually... Or this group, sorry... has been sampled by
that's right
artists I like Madlib.
Yep.
Raw Medicine Madlib remixes. You can find it there. The tracks for the Nasty, and then electronica artist Tricky also sampled. So yeah, it's cool that like the DNA of this group is in other artists.
Oh yeah, especially I'm surprised they're not more popular. At least now, because things tend to get discovered later on, but also it's a thing that I can hear a lot of people easily jumping on board with.
Oh yeah, the like, I don't know if it's still going, but maybe like 5-7 years ago, that wave of like people being like, no, the synth is fucking cool and all that. I could see how this group found a second life.
They should have had a massive blow up during that period. I feel like,
yeah, all the festivals.
Yeah, it seems unfair that they didn't, but I think they've reunited since, and they're back together at the moment, according to Tom's and what he dug up. So you might as well jump into a little bit of a Tom's history corner, or history guy Tom, who you should all take a second to follow on all the places. As of the recording of this, because this is coming out much later, his full-length album was finally released. It's been released for everyone listening for a while, and go listen to it. I finally heard the whole thing. Y'all need to hear it. It's very good. It's damn good.
Juicy.
God damn it. I like it a lot. So go listen to that.
Just on Spotify or Apple Music?
It should be on all the platforms.
All the streaming stuff.
Right now, it's only on Bandcamp because I think he's waiting for like the red tape to clear. So Bandcamp right now, but by the time this airs, I'm sure it'll be on all the other stuff. You'll find a link in the description. Check that out. But yeah, follow Tom on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter at Tom Osman Sounds, as well as his Substack. What the hell is the Substack name? I already forgot. Whatever comes next. It's tomosman.substack.com. And of course, yeah, his full-length record, So Much for All on a Day's Work, on all the platforms, and link in the description. Very good stuff. Good writer. Good dude. But what he says in his notes, I forgot. I talked so much off the top about the guy. I forgot what he said.
Yeah, you
like say you lost him again.
Built it up so much. I thought you had it ready to go. So,
oh yeah. Well, I can tell you this. I mean, it's no biggie, but he did get in contact with Ellen of Martin Dupont.
Much like our Call Me Lightning episode, we have, access to the artists.
Got real word from the actual head honcho. How do you pronounce his last name? Does anybody know how to pronounce it?
I'm surprised that the first name was pronounced Alan.
Oh, I thought it was because I'm judging off of like what's that guy's name? Shit, he's on Ipecac. His record made my fucking best of 2020 list.
Oh, the guy
he's from the band 11.
Yeah, and he works with like Queen Alan Johansen.
Alan Johansen or Johansen. Yeah, his name is spelled that way.
Yeah.
But now I am blanking on
Séghir.
Hold on. I gotta. It's probably Séghir. It's probably Séghir.
Yeah, pretty much this
Séghir. Yeah,
this band is his brainchild. He had a pretty hard upbringing. His father was not accepting of him taking to music.
No,
not in the least bit.
what Tom had to do, he had to, there's nothing in English on this band, so we had to go
Translate
to all the French websites and coverage and Google Translate it, which just comes out so funny.
Yeah.
So he's like, you don't read it verbatim.
Totally.
But I'm gonna read it verbatim, dude.
Yeah.
Because dude, his dad was so shitty. I guess he was a military father from Cossack descent, which says it all. Who considered piano playing a its hobby. Oh my God. First of all, I guess I'm gay. It's like, Jesus,
that guy saw Liberace once and he's like, that's what everyone who plays piano is about.
Dude, they're all just big old flame.
Well, never mind.
It's insane. It's pretty funny, but like I can see why this dude is afraid to even sing in French, because that was like, I think he said the reason he sang he made the lyrics in English was because his father couldn't understand him.
Yeah.
Which is so sad. So sad.
Yeah. I didn't know all that stuff before, but it kind of made him more of an endearing kind of character to me, like more relatable.
Definitely, yeah.
And like they sent him to boarding school, and he kind of has to live this double life, which seems to be a recurring thing going.
Oh yeah,
throughout the music, and like to make this creative, wacky music, and the dude he's like a surgeon now.
He was in med school and then doing his was fucking internships or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the right word? No, no, it's not. No, what's the word?
When you're
residencies.
That's the word.
Something like that. I'm assuming. I think. Maybe I misremember. Who cares? Point is, he was doing fucking hardcore medicine, ENT stuff, while during the entire events of this band. Which I don't know if I think of a single other example of that. Surgeon and electronic musician.
Yeah, the like closest thing I can think of, and he didn't even really do it, is like a basketball player named Pau Gasol, and he like it was like down to the wire. Like you need to pick basketball or medical stuff. Mm-hmm. And even when he was doing basketball, he was still very involved with like children's hospitals and like very, very smart dude. And that I was like, that's a random guy to compare him to, but it's the only other person I could think who was, but he didn't even get his medical degree. So to like be making this music and go into school at a high level, just insane. Super insane.
Well, it was his dad, right? That wanted him to go into medicine.
I believe so. But the way he talks about it, like even in the interview and everywhere else, it's like he seemed like he really, really wanted it more than music, like a lot more than music. Yeah. Like he would ditch important meetings to move the band further because of school and because of all his medical stuff.
Yeah.
Which is... wow, that's like, again, not the romantic, artist thing you would imagine, where he's actively skipping the music bullshit to work on what really matters. All right, just fucking digging into people's skulls.
Well, that's ENT, right?
Ears, nose, nose, throat. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I guess in the scheme of things, doctors are more important.
They are 100% more important. We're useless, Alex.
You really are.
Well, that's funny because I had the impression he was more like torn between the two, and then he eventually like went into
that's definitely what ended up. That's probably a better representation of it. But when I think just the fact that he was not actively, but like often just ruining appointments and shit like that, makes it seem like he did have his priorities in a certain order. But
anyways, he eventually meets other band members / girlfriend.
Well, yeah, that's a big ripple in the Martin Dupont story is girlfriends. Specifically girlfriends. This son of a bitch is awful.
Catherine Loy.
Oh, that poor girl. Poor girl. So let's just go straight to the interview. Like,
okay.
So Tom asked him, what do you remember about the first rehearsals or performances under the name Martin Dupont? And then Alan said, I hope his name is pronounced Alan. Otherwise, I'm just going off.
We can just call him Al for short.
Al.
He says, like the Paul Simon song, you can call me Al.
Oh, let's never do that. He says, our first performance was in Montpellier, south of France, and we played just before Lounge Lizards. It was one time that I played with Catherine, Bridget, and Beverly all together. So
that's the other unique thing. all women in the band.
All women in the band.
Except for him.
Yeah.
I mean, he's the one crafting everything.
He's making everything. Bridge is doing a lot. Probably like the second most by, easily the second most. And Catherine, I think, was just singing, if I'm not mistaken. And then.
Well, he wanted her in the band.
Didn't he just start with just her?
I forgot, but it seemed like she wasn't really like doing music, but he kind of like convinced her. Like, because I don't know, I guess he wanted to mix both.
Yeah.
This man wants to shit where he eats.
Dude, I'll never understand that. Like wanting to combine all the universes like that. I love a good separate universe.
Well, how old was he at the time?
I don't know.
I
imagine in his 20s, early 20s. Or yeah, probably early 20s if he's doing med school. I'm thinking. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he meets Bridget and then immediately bangs her. Like immediately starts banging her because she's super talented and whatever. And then so they join. And I don't want to keep talking. You guys fucking talk.
Oh, I thought you were going.
Oh, sorry. No, because I feel like I'm definitely, I'll just read off the whole interview. Like if someone doesn't cut me off.
Yeah. I mean, that kind of like leads to them recording though, right? And then for the most part, from what little I've from Tom's notes and the things I could find on my own, I think this was all recorded in like a home studio as well.
Everything except for the second album. I believe.
Okay.
Yeah. Second album was actually a studio, which he talks about.
Wasn't all crammed in a kitchen.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't read that.
Here.
Oh, I have no idea.
Oh,
if
really?
you read it somewhere,
go
for it.
We all had to connect our fucking, we all took a fraction of everything.
They didn't have a lot of space, but they had a lot of visitors. There was a lot of people that were just kind of like curious or like into what they were doing. They had like this very unique thing kind of going on.
Yeah.
Which is also
inspired by punk, but wanting to take it in another direction.
It reminds me a little bit of a Suicide whom we've covered, where like there's the punk spirit, but what comes out isn't really punk at all.
Yeah.
Despite not really being known over here in the States, they would open up for like I think you said the Lounge Lizards, the Lotus Eaters, and the most famous Susie and the Banshees. Yep. So there was some buzz around them at the time. Yeah,
and one of the things that Alan said, he says Evan Lurie was surprised to see that they used toys when playing and performing, and John Lurie was just surprised that they weren't on drugs. So I guess they weren't. It is weird that they weren't on drugs.
Well, Lounge Lizards and that whole scene, I think they're all pretty druggy. Right?
Yeah.
Other two members, because the only one who comes and goes is Catherine and Bridget, right?
Wait, what do you mean?
Catherine leaves.
The
first album.
Yeah, but the other two members, Beverly,
they stick to the end.
Yeah. Or sorry, one other member.
Yeah, Bridget and Beverly. Well, Beverly comes last.
Yeah.
So another thing that Alan said, which is kind of like a neat little thing that he overheard Michael Dempsey of Roxy Music and Cure singing one of their songs backstage, and he's which obviously led to a friendship and very flattering. So it's like they still like affected the people that went on to be much more successful.
Yeah,
which is usually how it goes. It's kind of
even I probably should have highlighted it, but eventually someone from Depeche Mode.
Yeah, that's right.
The fold too.
Crap. Yeah, I don't know where it is.
So like,
oh, there it is. It was Martin Gore.
Yeah,
it was what was it? It was during the rehearsals. Alan said that I guess was it Odile? It was Martin Gore's girlfriend at the time.
Mm-hmm.
She like showed up to his practice and stuff, and then what else? Go ahead, keep going.
Oh yeah, I think that's good groundwork laid for.
There's still so much more too. Like, well, I don't know if I want to jump into like exactly the interview stuff, but like, because it's kind of hard to like integrate it into like the overview. But
Beverly was like a very specific member of the group. She added instruments that weren't really there before, like saxophone and
clarinet. Clarinet was a big one, right?
And that she also had like, I think a different work ethic that got
Oh, that's right. She was actually inspiring him to finish songs. Yeah, which is pretty big. It's important to finish songs.
I don't know who did I'm not familiar with the person who did, I think, all their album covers, but they seem to be a name people like.
I'm going to find it right now.
I can't pronounce it either way.
I'm going to find it. I swear.
Yes. Shit.
Where the fuck? Oh, yeah. Yves Chene.
Oh, that's way
or
better.
Shine. You know what? Whatever. Alan says that he was the best friend of a good friend of his, Patrick Salvador, who was a poet and a painter. Says he's one of the coolest and smartest men I've ever met. And when I saw his painting for the first time, it was obvious to me that it was close to my musical world. It had this kind of weirdness, eclectic inspiration, and several degrees of meaning with a bit of sadness or humor that I like to put in my music. So I wanted straight away to associate the work of Yves Chene with mine. And it really does fit. Like those covers.
It does fit.
Yeah, totally.
Kind of like reminds me of some of Talk Talk's album art.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, like especially like the earlier stuff, or like the first half of the discography. You know what? Yeah, I guess we can. That's groundwork. That's plenty groundwork. We
know the names, not the faces. We know a little bit of history. We can get into the nitty gritty of each album now.
Hell yeah! So, where are my other notes? There's so many notes happening here. So. Let's see. They actually had, I guess, 3 albums, but we're going to be covering 5, two compilations. So first one came out in 1984, last one 2018, but that was the compilation. So technically 1987. But if y'all ready,
I'm ready.
Oh boy, this is 1984's Just Because.
I was not expecting a big epic opening.
Oh god, it's so electronic.
It is. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you know what you're getting.
You don't though, because
no, you not for this album. You don't. No.
Because it could have gone happy, but they went goth vocals.
Yeah. He sounds like a weird cross between fucking Ian Curtis and what's his fucking psycho Alexis Marshall from Daughters.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I just describe him as the vampire next door.
The vampire next door.
Yeah. I believe he did cite Joy Division as a influence.
A lot of Joy Division in here. Like if Ian Curtis didn't die, I see him going in some of the directions.
This is it's weird. It's crazy, but it's contained. It's not like free jazz where it's all over the place.
They're still very, very song oriented. Yeah. It's very structured.
Well, by the way, I like Alan's vocals way better than Ian Curtis.
Oh, yeah. Oh, there's no contest. Oh, he's so much better. All right. If we all listen to the same record, so we all know that we've heard that song a million times. Yes. It never grew on me.
It got me right away. Also, best personal
favorite.
All right.
Yeah. This one, because of that opening, I was like, all right, it's fine. I don't hate it. It's fine. I don't love it, but it's fine. As the album kept going, I'm like, what the fuck? It's so crazy. It's so goddamn good.
I was hooked instantly, but
because by the end of the album, it's unrecognizable as what we just heard. Like the darkness and the weird sadistic shit that pops up. Mm-hmm. It's unlike anything they'll ever do again, and definitely unlike that song. It's wild.
It is. I enjoy it quite a bit. What say you, Robert?
I really like this album. It was a grower too for me, though.
It was a grower?
It wasn't like
Now
it gives a lot, you know. You could listen to it repeatedly and
you should
hear new things all the time. But
I feel weird that I like this instantly, and you're like king of weird, and you're like, it took some time to grow on me.
Yeah.
Well, was this the first one you heard?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I heard this after.
I think I heard one song when you posted it, and that was like my only like jumping off point for the band going into this.
Because the style is pretty different from how I was introduced to them. So that's kind of why.
Okay.
It's a lot more minimal to me. It's like has more of kind of like almost a low tech kind of vibe to it.
Yeah.
Not as hi-fi. Almost kind of like post-apocalyptic in a way.
I dig it.
It gives me a little like a real Kraftwerky in that style of beep boopness, for lack of a better term, and also because the equipment they're using. The drum machine is just super weak. Like there's no real beat to anything. It's all very like toys. It sounds like toys, which bothered me at first, but after a while it doesn't matter because of how crazy heavy the bass gets at certain points. Like
bass booming. Playing is so awesome.
It's amazing. It's boomy as shit. It really powerful.
I was on board with that first song, but the thing that like really caught me off guard was Stick in My Brain, where I'm like, this band is successfully combining the wacky with the darkness and like not making it sound overtly gimmicky.
No. Yeah, that was the song. I was like, oh, wait a minute. No, this okay, this can kick ass. This kicks ass.
Like the craziest vocals maybe on a new song that they did.
This whole album has some of the weirdest vocals for sure. Like I didn't really like Alan on. I like him everywhere else, but on this one is like my least favorite. Is because it's so like he's not even really trying to sing. It doesn't feel like he's just doing these weird wails.
And then also I thought it was just a solo guy. And so I was like, oh, the lady vocals, that's just like a one-off guest. And they kept coming back, coming back.
I don't know. I'm assuming it's Catherine on here. Yes. Was Bridget on here at all? I mean, I know she's plays on here, but was she singing on here at all? I couldn't find that out.
You know, it wasn't until I read the notes that I started kind of differentiating which female vocalist did what. Because to me, I mean, they're not drastically different from each other.
No,
they aren't. I know one of them does sound more like what's her name from X?
Zine?
Yeah.
Zine,
yeah. Does have like some of the like
exactly like that.
Exactly like that to the T.
I would imagine it's mostly Catherine on here though, just because that's all she did in the band, period. But I ended up liking her voice on here significantly more than everyone else's or Alan's or whatever. But goddamn, like basically after, because Under Nylon is one that didn't work for me at first and eventually grew on me. But from Take a Look until the end, pretty much, holy shit. Like each one starts, it just does this other different weird thing.
Yeah. Take a look. I don't know what exactly it is, but it sounds like an electric sitar, which is this crazy. Why would you electrify that?
Why not?
Yeah, why not? That's this whole band. Why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
Why not bang all of your band members? Why not?
Why not? Soft Images, like the most like kraut rocky thing to me on the album, because you do get some like you talked about Kraftwerk.
Right. Yeah, that song's fucking great.
I have it in my notes, but I forget which one it is.
Wait, what?
I have that in my notes. Yeah, like it's a good song or whatever. But
put that some bitch on.
Sorry, I didn't hear what song.
Soft Images.
Soft Images.
Really, any excuse to put on any song on this album is pretty fucking no.
I mean, I could play most of them. Is okay.
Oh yeah. So many of the bass lines on this album just get stuck in my head. Like
extremely memorable bass lines. Yeah. Oh, I can't wait for it to fucking come in.
Oh, it was epic. Yeah. Just so like, play some Risk of Rain.
I know. It's like they're wacky instruments, but they have more to it. They feel bigger. They feel more. don't know, sad.
This band's like maximum value for what little they're working with.
God damn, that song rules. Real Hero rules. Dirty Hands, fucking dude. Dirty Hands is a straight up Mega Man boss fight music.
Dude, in my head, like that's the music they should be playing in clubs. It's like Dirty Hands.
Oh, it's a dirty ass club, dude.
Dude, yeah.
Those vocals are perfect on that song.
Yeah.
God damn.
Give me the grime. Don't give me this pop shit. Clubs are this disgusting. Give me music that fits.
I want to feel dirty as well as be dirty.
Yes.
Willy-nilly. I think one of the more interestingly written things on here. Such unusual progressions.
Yeah, I forget what band we were covering, and I stumbled upon the term Beef Hardian, and it sounds cool. I was not expecting like Beef Hardian guitar solos in here at all, but yet here they are.
Here they are. God damn. Let's see.
And yeah, it doesn't really. I don't know. I was like engaged. Like the closer bent out a window. It's just. I was like, that's a good note to leave on.
It's one of my lesser favorite songs. It's fine though. I don't dislike it. But everything like Jesus Christ, every song that I thought was gonna be like, okay, this is where the album starts to like wind down.
Off. It
just fucking comes in again.
Yeah.
The same. I feel like especially with Lovely Monster, it's like it starts out like okay, this is, and then God, the turn it takes. It's so dark. These songs are fucked up. They're like really unsettling.
Like dark ballads towards the end.
And not just like in a like an edgy or evil way. It's like a truly twisted, murdery way. Like
whenever like the atmosphere and the sound of the band can match.
Oh yeah,
yeah. That's always a.
Welcome to the Dissidents is like that. I feel like. And then last thing I'll note is Pure Delight definitely feels like a much better, eviler, and heavier Isolation by Joy Division.
Ooh, I like some.
Because I hate that. I've always hated that song. But it has the same tempo as it, has the same cadence in the vocals, but it's just rules. Put on that son bitch.
I like both songs, but do this to me after I queue up the other.
I'm sorry.
On the day of my daughter's wedding, was Welcome to.
No. Yeah, Pure Delight.
Pure Delight. Okay, sorry. Dude, so grimy in the best way.
It's more mood than it is like song. It's not really, there's very little melody here, but it fucking feels good.
And yeah, this was like electronic noises.
Yeah. Robert, you've been quite a while.
Yeah, just on that note, a lot of music that relies on kind of sounds or maybe the technology of the time tends to not age very well. And this doesn't really suffer from that at all.
Surprisingly.
No, yeah.
It's still kind of incredibly unique, and it's hard to find where it fits in really. But actually I was surprised that this would be somebody's favorite, because I see it as being the most consistent album.
For sure.
But I at the same time I thought, well, who's gonna appreciate all the weirdness?
It's just such a great. Go ahead.
I love this album.
I will say, like, I'm glad this band, like, I was hooked right away, and I liked it because I listened to these albums maybe like 3 times each, more than we usually should. And there's a lot to digest. So like I could definitely see my feelings changing down the line at some point, because it's just like it's a lot to take in, and I like most of it. And so I also wonder, like, did I properly digest this music?
Well, I feel like every song that they've ever done, this is a weird thing. I don't know if I could think of another group like this, but every song has at least a little something to offer, a little something that kind of surprises you a little bit, or is a little bit unexpected, a little fresh, you know.
I was gonna say, like, a year from now, if you come back to me, I'll probably have like new thoughts about different songs. So
hell yeah. But it's good. Listen to it. Find it. It's something else. Something else.
And thankfully, this shit, for some reason, is readily available, easy to get your hands on. So,
oh yeah, they keep reissuing stuff. They recently put out a box set with everything on it. That's where one of the things we're going to be covering was first released.
If I had money to burn, I would do it.
Oh yeah. But yeah, Alex and I's both our best and personal favorite. But we got some more. So now we have a little swapperoo. Yep. In the lineup. And this one makes me extra sad because first he meets Bridget and he's fascinated with her talent. So he starts banging her.
Some villain shit.
And this is according to some, which article that Tom sent where it says this, I will let you know in 3, 2, 1, less in rocks. I can't tell if that's an L or an I because I'm stupid. But anyway, another translated French website. So he does that, but he's like, but she's so nice. Okay, I won't do it again. I'll be good. Catherine introduces him to Beverly, and he immediately leaves Catherine and marries Beverly.
And puts Beverly in the band.
Puts her in the band. They have like one practice. She sees like, oh wait, this isn't working out. This is quite uncomfortable.
Does this all seem weird to us because we're American?
It could be.
No, as a
easy there with your American bias, Alex.
Hey.
Well,
as someone who likes a good, solid, monogamous relationship,
a good God-fearing relationship.
Yeah.
Well, I've heard French people say that everybody cheats. It's just that French people admit it.
They're more open about it.
I have heard that quite a bit. That they are there. It's not. It's a different thing. It's not a different thing, but it's not all the way we look at it, where it's a fucking got you.
Yeah.
Or it's super brutal. I don't think I'd get along well with a French lady. I'm a very monogamous man.
I think even if you're just like, you know, if it's a part of life, like as a human, it's gotta hurt.
Yeah.
And like, you don't want to be in a band. You don't want some like no doubt situation.
Oh yeah, I was in a band with a two couple. With a two couple, and one of the two couple was going on with other things, with all kinds of other things, and I couldn't tell if the other half of the couple knew. So I was like, this is a really bad spot you put me in, dude.
Dude, yeah, I was good. They Duponted themselves.
That's the new verb for putting yourself into a bad situation.
Yeah,
Dupont himself to a corner.
Yeah,
I think I've managed to avoid a lot of that. Maybe 100% entirely.
It was
must be nice to have the fucking option, Robert.
Wait, was it because I don't have options?
No,
I'm mostly just alone, so the option doesn't show itself either. Yeah, no, that's far easier.
No, it felt like a humble brag on your part. I wasn't trying to.
No, it's more like drama free.
Drama free.
I don't know. Yes. Well, maybe it wasn't dramatic. Maybe this was all just part of the course for this group.
That's an interesting way to look at it. Like, I'm sure she wasn't happy, but I bet he was like, "This is what happens, baby." He's just like, that's what happens.
I do all the writing.
Oh God, I don't. Whatever. I'm sure he's a cool guy. He's cool enough to talk to us, so fucking, he's all right by me. You know what? Take a side. I take a side with everything. But now we're on to the follow up. The only record recorded in studio, I believe. So this is 1985's "Sleep is a Luxury."
Sped that up real quick.
This is a different band, and that's Bridget.
It's crazy to like listen to what we just listened to, and then be like, they're still crazy. Like,
It feels far more accessible than the last one. That's for damn sure, though.
there's a like,
God, it's a great chorus.
dude, that bass is
Oh yeah.
it's going hard. There is something like off about it to me, though, that gives me a bit of anxiety.
It's not squeaky clean.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, compared to the last one, it is, but compared to 80s music
Yes.
as a whole, it is not. All right. That's a pretty strong opener.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were lowered all the way. Yeah, I guess among fans, this is like considered,
The weakest?
or no,
The best?
like, yeah.
I don't know. That's why I was asking.
Oh, I thought the notes said that it wasn't.
I thought it was. I thought it was considered the weakest.
Well, the version that's available for streaming, I think that rules. But if you look at the original 1985 release,
I didn't see the 1985.
Yeah,
I know
see-
it's listed as plus on streaming.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So what's the difference?
You should have filled
way
this.
less songs, and it seems like all my favorite songs are not on there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and but I couldn't find it. Like,
Mhm.
I didn't spend a lot of time looking for it. It was more like a last minute thing when I realized that, oh wait, there's an original version. Maybe that would have been like the worst, least favorite. But there's so much good stuff on the version that's streaming that there's absolutely no way that would ever get like that vote for me.
This one let me down a little bit.
It did.
I don't love this album. I think it's fine, and I definitely liked it more on second listen. But some of the stuff that I ended up liking, there was one thing about it that I couldn't like I can't not laugh my ass off at Dun Dun.
Oh yeah.
It's just and like the song is actually super cool, but his vocals are so tuneless.
Yeah.
they're so dissonant.
Well, I don't know what
He sounds
was
German on
going
there too.
for, but
So wait, what was it?
well, I don't know exactly what he was going for, but that's like the only time where I really kind of felt that on any of their songs.
Yeah. What's happening? It sounds German. It sounds super German.
There are other ones
Huh?
that sound German.
Not as much as that one.
Oh, you don't think
Dun. That's very
But
German.
he's like singing about Japanese stuff.
Maybe I just think they're the same thing. It could sound Japanese as well.
Well, I think he does sound German, but he's like not talking about German stuff.
So if you try to speak Japanese while being French, you're German.
Yes.
Okay,
So-
I think.
That's the conclusion we've come to. That opener is intro because for this band it's pretty bright.
Yeah.
But a lot of this is just like nightmare soundscape video game music. I dig it still, and I think this is what I was talking about. Like maybe a year from now, like maybe this is my favorite. A year from now, like
Interesting.
Like I was like really perplexed by it.
Interesting. Alan commented on this album specifically. Tom asked him, how happy were you with Sleepers of Luxury and how well was the album received?
Oh, okay.
And Alan said, Sleepers of Luxury is special for two reasons. The first one is because Beverly joined the band. I was enthusiastic. And Catherine left the band. I was sad. But during that period, the other one is because it's the only record that we made in proper studio. I like this album a lot, but I had the impression it wasn't the most popular. Maybe one day I should issue the early versions recorded at home. So there's just different sessions or different versions of it.
Yeah, I think they have a lot of stuff that still hasn't been released.
And they've released a lot of unreleased stuff, which is it's fascinating. This guy fucking churned out a lot of music while also in medical school.
Did you like Not Waiting?
Not Waiting. I did. And it's because Beverly is a fucking triumph in certain songs where they really highlight the clarinet.
Wait, which one is that one?
Beast.
Put on that song, bitch.
Anytime I write down circus music, I'm like, Mike's gonna like
Oh
this.
yeah, it's the circus one.
I like circus music. So what?
You love it, and it's
Oh wow,
amazing.
that's like that wasn't really one of my favorites.
I'm gonna play it.
That was a grower though.
Yeah.
There's nothing that they did that I don't really like, just because I like their sound.
Oh yeah, it's just like. Yeah, I don't know. Out of like all the weird 80s electronic music, I don't know if any of it is as weird as this song.
This doesn't fit in at all.
Yeah.
So it's a clarinet, but it's still through like the filter of synth. later on in different areas, it'll sound more like a clarinet, like a live clarinet. But it still sounds great on here. Yeah.
Well, the song where I really like Beverly's contribution is Hidden Inside. That's that's even more perplexing to me, like, to categorize.
That's yeah, specifically that's when I was like, this album's pretty dark, that song. And that does have some like MIDI horns or whatever that sound pretty dated on it, but overall just like, yeah, this is like, this belongs in a John Carpenter movie or something.
I mean, it's right time period for it, at least.
Well, it has a cool thing in the ending that I like that certain songs do, is where it takes off into like this other part, but then fades out right away.
Oh, that's what I hate that.
Really?
Because I said this in the past.
A lesser band would just like go on and like kill it.
No, I get that, but I've said in the past recently, there's nothing more bitch than a quick fade out. I hate a quick fade out in the song where it comes in and just fucking.
But you're fading out on the strongest part, so it's not.
I don't mind that if you have at least given us a little taste of what it is, and then you slowly fade it out. But if it's like here it is, and then now we're done. It's like. Why not just cut it off like immediately? Why not just do an abrupt ending? I hate the fade off. I hate the fade out. God damn it! I don't like the fade out.
Well,
this turned into Seinfeld.
I can't remember.
I'm done with the fade out. Sorry,
done with the fade out, Jerry.
The light goes through my mouth. That has a fade out, right?
I don't remember.
I don't remember, but that's another song that's just like absolutely insane. I like it feels so beefy in terms of like what they're serving up.
It's like the weirdest, most awesome like church music or something.
I'm glad you guys like these songs because most of the album felt like it hit the same mood and same beat for me. Yeah. Nothing felt even remotely as dark as the last album, and everything kind of was just being compared to that, even when I didn't want it to be. Like, it's dark. This one is for sure dark, especially darker than like the stuff later on, but it ain't that dark. It ain't first album dark.
What about Broken Memory?
Broken Memory. I love Bridget on there. I love her on there, and I like the synths on there. I don't love the song itself so much. I like the textures more than the song.
Didn't stand out to me. The other one where it just like there's so many different sounds is Love on My Side. Like, I feel like you're like introduced to something. You're like, is that going to come back? And then it's like something new. And it's just like I said, it's real deep.
You know, the Alan's vocals on that song really remind me of from Mother's Invention. I forget his name all the time because it's such a generic, regular white guy name. Is it Ray Collins?
Oh yeah, the original singer.
Yeah,
the first singer.
Who has one of my favorite voices in the world. Just the sound.
That reminds you of him.
No, the way it's sung, on Love on My Side, like it. Put it on, like the types of vocal, like the types of notes, the choices remind me of something that he would do. And anything that reminds me of
the part when he says, "Oh yeah, I do a lot."
We'll see. Of course, this is the longest song on the album, and it might take a while.
It would.
This one is very vampire-y.
It is.
Vocals. But like the sweetest vampire.
I mean, if you want to get kicked out of the band and cheated on, I guess. So
that's what vampires do.
That is what they do.
That is what they do. They lurk around high schools and spark.
I only count on you.
I'm getting Mother's Invention vibes hard with this. Absolutely free. Absolutely free.
How much I love you,
Watch the part that reminded me of it. Wait till that part comes on.
I realize how much I love you. Oh yes,
That part.
I do love.
That part I could see.
You can see that one?
Yeah.
For the other one, I'm specifically thinking of, is it Duchess of Prunes or Duke of Prunes?
Oh yeah, when you said absolutely, I thought you.
The magic
Yeah. Wait, that was him.
I thought it was Ray Collins doing like an affect, like singing deeper.
Maybe it was probably him
Because he has a better voice than.
I thought you meant the song "Absolutely Free."
No. I meant the album.
Okay.
Yeah. I all the songs in that album are so jumbled up. I don't know the fucking names of any of them.
It's now turned into every album ever. Mothers of Invention.
We're going to cover them. God damn it.
It should be covered.
Yeah, and it's way easier than. Thank God they're their own band and not just Frank Zappa's solo stuff. Because holy shit, that'd be impossible. But anyway, sorry.
Anywho.
Back to this band and this album. Final notes.
Good album. Not a sophomore slump to me. I think it's isn't like didn't hook, not like didn't grab me, but a lot to chew on, and I'm gonna come back to it.
Yeah, I think it'll grow on you guys.
I need to give it more because it didn't do it for me. But honestly, even as we were setting up and you had it on in the background and Dun Dun came on, I was like, still kind of cool. All right, we got
a vibe. It's just a vibe.
Yeah.
It's the vibe that they have.
This is going to be a lengthy episode because we still got a handful more. But this is the first compilation. This was released at the same time as Sleep is a Luxury, I believe. I think if old Tommy Tom's notes are to be believed, let me find it right here. I think it was listed at like it gave you like a voucher or something.
Oh yeah.
If you bought Sleep is a Luxury, you got this album for free.
Yeah,
something.
you got the cassette.
That's right.
Yeah, or like you could, like if you got the like poster or something.
It was a flyer that was in the LP,
go.
and you could exchange it for the cassette.
Yeah,
with initial copies of Sleep is a Luxury. But anyway, this is 1985's Inédits 81 to 83.
I'm gonna skip the opening because
We've heard it. Yeah,
we've heard it.
it was just because. This is No Hands, right?
Yes,
This song is great. It's super short.
it is. And yeah, I'm assuming these are like kind of like demos.
yeah. But they do sound really good for demos.
Yeah, because a lot of the songs do sound like half sentences.
Yeah. Yes.
But yeah,
Those little backup things right there, I think that's what makes the band in general so
Interesting,
fascinating.
yeah.
Little weird, little scary things in the background.
and yeah, it's crazy to like talk about like Kraftwerk, which is like 5 guys.
Yeah.
And then this like one maniac.
One ladies' man.
Yeah, one ladies man, Tim Meadows.
All right. What say you?
And then yeah, just because it's more like demos, worst least favorite.
Worst least favorite. We came together. Holy shit.
You know, this is worst least favorite.
Oh wow,
Really?
Yeah, but
all three of us.
I at first I was having like trouble. Is this really the worst least favorite?
Yes, it is.
But
Okay.
I was gonna say like, okay, if I really can't decide, then I'm just gonna listen to what you guys pick.
Son of a bitch! He played us, dude. He fucking played us.
Yeah, we
fools.
should have made him say it first.
But when I gave it another listen, it just it kind of trailed off for me.
Trails off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's some cool stuff.
There are
on
some
here.
cool stuff on it.
You should still give it a listen.
I'm always thankful when we do discographies like this, when there's like a gimme where there's like some demos or something.
Well,
where,
we technically have 2 albums of that. This one is just noticeably weaker.
Yeah. I didn't even know the other album was.
Oh, really?
I just thought it was a full album. So, you know, going in blind like that.
Did you guys ever see any of the videos?
No.
There's a video for one of the songs on here.
Which one?
It's Wagi.
Wagui. Yeah, Wagui.
I wish it was Waluigi.
Yeah.
I read it as Waluigi every time I see it.
I do too. There's no L in there, but
They're playing in a circus.
well, they would be.
Nice.
Yeah, and they look like the most normal, wholesome people.
Really?
They don't look like weird
I
or
believe
crazy
that.
at all. Like,
Well, he's a surgeon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a doctor, right? He's very trustworthy.
Yeah.
It did start off like Dirty Hands is good. Never like
Or No Hands, you mean?
It's probably my
sorry.
favorite. Never.
never.
Very good.
That's an example of like crazy guitar playing that's not shredding. And also like guitar isn't really like the focus
It's
a lot
really
of times.
haunting.
Yeah.
Like almost like maybe Sonic Youth or something.
I'm pretty sure it's Catherine on there, singing on that one. That poor girl.
Oh yeah, I think that is because I
Yeah.
actually looked it up because I like the song.
Yeah,
so.
she also sings on Luigi, and one more. I'm forgetting. It's on side B. I'm forgetting what the hell is it. Whatever, it'll come up if it comes up. But she sings on 3 songs on here.
Talking about German songs, we got Mein Lieb.
Ooh, wait
Yeah.
a minute.
But it does not sound German. It is It is goofy and spooky.
And great.
Yes.
Yeah, no, it is
Yeah.
very good.
You play that at a children's Halloween party, maybe.
But like a lot, like again, like I think this one has a lot of like like you said before, like half-written songs. It seems like this is for sure.
Like,
before you have the inspiration from Beverly to complete things.
Yeah. Like Without a Face, I like it, but there's not enough there. It just kind of like ends.
Yeah, exactly. That it has a lot of the theremin vintage sci-fi. It's not literally a theremin, I don't think, but has that kind of feel to it. And it's lengthy too, which you'd hope it did more with all that time. I
don't know what lady is singing on It's No Use, but that's the one where her vocals, I'm like, that sounds like X.
Oh, I think that's got to be Bridget, I think.
Also, that song just sounds like the band is melting in real time. Like a band started playing a song, you put it in the microwave, and as they're melting, that's what the song sounds.
I can't say it's wrong, I'll tell you that. Yeah. Oh, it's like, Catherine's got 4 songs, my bad.
Okay.
I believe it's, Wagwi, Never Never, I Love the Lovers, and then the one that I still can't figure it out. There's still one more on side B. But yeah, I'm pretty sure It's No Use it's got to be Bridget.
Overall, the least memorable didn't stick with me the way the other 4 here do.
You've been talking way too little in this episode, Robert.
Well, I guess because there's only
we're here.
There's only a few highlights for me on this one. One would be Other Souvenirs, which I think fit on just because that weird.
Oh, it's very, very dissonant. It's super ugly.
Kind of like free form talking, not singing. Wait, sorry.
Well, it starts off kind of like happy cruising or whatever. And
some super fun, weirdly fun synth lands, but then it's extremely ugly and dissonant everywhere else.
Dreamland or whatever.
Yeah. That's a weird one. That's definitely a weird one.
What else you like from here, Robert?
I don't remember that.
Fucking paper and pencil.
Never, and Other Souvenirs are like my 2 favorites.
There you go.
There we go. But all 3 of our worst and least favorites. Holy shit!
Not a car crash of an album, but just by the very nature of being.
If you like the group, you'll like it because you know
and the discography is so short. Yeah.
Hell yeah! But we got a couple more, and the last actual full length of their lifetime. This is 1987's Hot Paradox. Already big giant 80s production. It feels so fucking warm.
I love this like 16th note beat. Got like bells going on in the background, like church. I don't know if they actually are, but this reminds me of like bells.
They are bells.
Yeah,
church bells.
Kind of reminds, kind of makes me think of Kaiko from YMO.
Oh,
a lot of things made me think of YMO to the point where I'm like, I have to stop. I think I only bought it up one time.
This song is a masterpiece to me.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a fantastic song. Incredible opener. I can't wait for that fucking chorus.
She's shaking, she's moving on me like a flickering flame. Against the darkness,
I think the vocals are more
The more mature.
significantly.
He's entire album is more mature. Most of them at full maturity.
I mean, he's a great singer, which you don't really get until this album. We'll start talking.
So nutty. Love it.
She sounds fucking great too.
Kind of feel like Batman or something.
Yep.
You know what? I could see Prince listening to this.
And crying because he'll never make anything that's good.
Yeah. His whole career, this trying to.
I could see Danny Elfman listening to this.
He would make stuff as good. Oh, goddamn. This song fucking rules. God damn it. All right, Robert, say it.
Of course, best personal favorite.
All right. I thought it was going to be
That's a good
both of your
album.
guys' best. I was surprised.
I like it a lot. I just love that first album right now.
Well, it's not a perfect album, but it's one of those examples where a masterpiece actually, doesn't have to be perfect.
Ooh.
That's
I don't know if I'm there yet calling any of these masterpieces, but I respect it.
All right.
It's their most accomplished work. Probably the end of where do you go from here?
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Especially the times were changing after this, I think.
Electronic music was changing for sure.
Yeah, and for a group that was already kind of outsiders, maybe, or just
It didn't really mainstream success.
But like I said, it's not a perfect album, but the highs are just so high enough that it stands above the rest for me, and above a lot of other music. It kind of made me interested in music again.
Holy shit!
Kind of like hitting this wall of like, nothing sounds fresh anymore.
That happens. That happens when you get older, though.
Yeah, and I thought I wouldn't get out of it, but they pulled me out.
They pulled you out of it. God damn, that's big.
Yeah.
Just
That's
like
huge.
those action movies where you're on the ranch. Like, I told you I was done.
We've seen Commando. We know what it's about.
Yeah. So when I first heard this album, when I got to the second song, the title track, I was like, oh man, first song rules. Second song, I mean, I like it now. But when I first heard it, I was like, oh, it's gonna be one of those albums where like maybe there's a couple good songs.
That's how I felt. Yep.
It's filler.
Yeah.
And then it gets to the third song. It's like, and we're back.
It's back. Yeah. It's really that. It's really just a title track. That's the only. I don't care so much for the closer either. But as far as that one goes, that's the only flaw in the pacing, I think, because it's pretty damn consistent.
The thing is, I try skipping it though, and it doesn't feel the same. I don't know. Like having that song in between the two makes the next song feel even more special.
You know how I feel that about? It's just completely different. But Nobody's Baby Now by Nick Cave on It's track 2. It brings down the fucking momentum like crazy, but when it's not there, Loverman doesn't hit the same way after that. Yeah, interesting.
I'm gonna love him.
Loverman!
I don't know why I went Metallica.
They covered it.
Anyways, that third song that keeps getting talked about.
My Analyst Essay. I think it's Essay.
I hope it's this Asses.
I wish it was Asses.
I hope it's this. That's
pretty dark.
That's like the trip.
Real dark.
Of course, I like it. It's the trippiest thing they've done.
The fucking clarinet on there is spectacular. The clarinet on this album is so goddamn good.
I was gonna say, you talked about like how kind of seamless it was worked in, and it's throughout the whole thing. It's pretty seamless, but on which one did? Oh, Pressure. You'll get the clarinet, and then like I don't know what any of these samples or fucking noises are like.
So many instruments,
but it sounds backwards, and it's like back to back. It's just like a weird thing that fucking works. Hearing that like clarinet and then like this backwards noise thing, and it shouldn't complement each other, but it does. It's crazy.
Actually, Alan did talk about like the instruments and how. So Tom asked him. He said, "How the musical equipment and your use of it changed from one release to the next? What were the most significant changes, advancements?" And Alan says, "In a way, we could say that using better instruments helps to make better music, or at least to get better sound quality. But I'm not sure that's always true. We started with cheap instruments, then I bought more and more, and of course, it changed something. But sometimes I prefer the old stuff." it says, for example, when I used the first digital synths, I had the impression that even if the sound was clearer and maybe stronger, it did lose warmth. Everybody knows that. Or when I used the first digital delays, I missed the wow and flutter of the old tape delay, which gave some more life to the sound for me. The most significant changes were the use of the Roland Jupiter 6, then 8, then a Yamaha DX7 with the extension board that I made with my friend Dan Armandy of Supermax. Another step was the use of the Prophet 2000 sampler. Now we're back to music. And we use digital tools like Cubase and so on. Of course, Another World, obviously more powerful, but maybe less spontaneous. Another thing about that is he was like awarded for which synth was it?
Was it a Yamaha?
Was it? I have to find it. It's in here somewhere.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say?
Well, I was gonna say that's the crazy thing about this album is that it wasn't recorded in a studio, but it's like their most powerful sounding one.
Oh yeah.
And, this is all like from a guy who was kicked out of his first band for being too weak.
Too weak.
That's what they accused him of.
They
they didn't like his guitar playing.
Oh my god.
But I think that's kind of why he played bass too. They didn't like his guitar playing or whatever.
Let me tell you, this man's bass playing.
It fucking rules. By the way, it was the Yamaha DX7, and it was the same one he mentioned with Dan Armandy. It was holy shit. I guess it's Jean-Michel Jarre. I think it's Jarre. Called Invention of the Year in an interview for Keyboards Magazine. Invention of the Year. It was not a literal award, but like that was a game changer.
Damn.
So apparently this guy's really smart.
Very smart. He's a fucking surgeon, dude. And he managed to bang all these girls. It's so smart. Oh goddamn.
And he got me back into music.
He got you back into music.
You'll never
he got us to agree.
Yeah. Oh yeah. As a man who likes his Sanford and Son songs.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Did I don't know if I'm reaching a little. Did Where to Find It remind you of anything? Maybe, a little Beverly Hills Cop theme?
Oh yeah, the bass playing on that is just it's a highlight.
Yeah.
One of the highlights on the album. That's a cool like transition towards the end of the album where you're just kind of like, okay, we've created this world, but now we're just gonna like teeter off the edge and like bring it back.
I think that should have been the closer. I fucking love it.
The cacophony of those like classical music samples on it is just
put on some of that motherfucker because Bridget sounds amazing.
People need to hear this stuff.
Yeah, Bridget sounds incredible on it, and again the clarinet. Beverly's a fucking triumph on this album.
A triumph, he says.
I do.
This is dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
This is way better than Like a Lion, though.
Yeah.
But even I like a Lion.
I figured as much.
I like the intro. It's very well. I'll tell you about that after.
Yeah, you could rap over this part.
Oh, this is so 80s. Oh, and all of a sudden it's dark again.
Yeah.
They sound so good on here. Like, they're not trying to make it sound like a synth anymore. They're like, this is a fucking clarinet. I'm gonna like this album a lot more in like a few months. Yeah, like just shit like that where, that is fucking amazing, isn't it? God damn.
Also, if I met someone at a party and they were like, "Oh yeah, we do like this synth stuff with the clarinet in it," I'd be like, "Are you trying to get punched in the face?"
Yeah. Okay. Thank you for reminding me of that because you guys ever like maybe try to form a band when you're in junior high or whatever, or somebody who's forming a band. There's always that one person where they want their friends to join, but it's like, oh well, I play like the flute or something, and so it's like they do that, and it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't fit in or whatever. And like that almost seems like that in this group. Like, oh, well, I play clarinet. Yeah, you can join our band or whatever. And it's like, it completely like helps make the sound.
It changes it completely. Yeah. It's a happy accident.
Yeah. No, I think his mind is, what was that awful Russell Crowe? Something?
Beautiful Mind?
He's got a beautiful mind for surgery, for music,
love.
for love.
So the song that I Shazammed when I was in the bathroom.
Oh, it's off here.
I Never Tried, which is still, I think, my favorite song on the album. Like, maybe, but it's fucking great. It's one of the best.
That's what I thought was interesting because I like that song too. I still prefer other songs though. That's what I thought was like interesting about it.
I don't know.
That was more of a, well, it's very different in tone, I guess. The ones that like really like hit me were like was that He Saw the Light and like Inside Out, you know, like the.
Speaking of He Saw the Light, let's talk about a slappy ass bass.
Yeah.
Or I can't tell if they're synths or bass. That's how slappy they are. They're so
like
slappy.
Seinfeld.
There's Seinfeld levels of slap, dude.
It is popping off on that song.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you would think like with that song title.
This is also another kind of like churchy sounding one. Like you think of, I don't know the word, like monks or something.
Yeah, the very organy sound.
Makes me just think of Mark's mother's ball, like scoring Rugrats. How he would use like those like vocal things.
Oh yeah, the choir synth. Those are great vocals.
It's like a very unexpected vocal line.
Yeah.
That's like, who else would think of that?
Very well written.
Oh yeah, he did sing in the choir as a kid.
That's right.
Yeah, that's what I thought of. Like, oh, was that like an influence on this?
There it is.
I'm just imagining that video of the guy who scores Seinfeld, like timing it with his jokes.
Oh, that's a vocal sample.
Yeah. Oh, is it? That is, for sure. So it's kind of hard to hear it within the mix if you're not listening on good speakers. But that bass is, and I think it's a synth actually, just because it's too snappy. It's too snappy.
It's too clean.
God damn, like I'm starting to really fucking regret my picks now because I forgot. Like this is fucking great. It's just
sorting out your feelings in real time.
It's because I was so lulled into a thing with the twisted nature of it and how fucked up it was and how much I love. That's a very specific thing about music that I like when it does that. And this doesn't do that at all. But it just does something different that's also great.
Yeah, maybe I'd feel the same if I heard it differently. This was the first album I heard from them, of course. Inside Out was the first song, like I mentioned. That one...
well, this album got both of you. You had Inside Out. Mike had his Toilet song, which I forget.
I Never Tried.
Yeah, I never tried.
Very good. Yeah. It's very good. With that song, though, like, God damn, it's just, you take such a simple bass line and just throw these gorgeous melodies on top, and there it is. The simplicity of the bass line doesn't matter anymore.
Well, yeah, I Never Tried has a pretty interesting middle section where it kind of goes like there's weird like piano stuff going on. It kind of reminds me of Where to Find It, but more contained or something. Yeah, it's also a lot more driving and faster. Less 80s sounding overall too. Although that bass is one of the heaviest bass sounds on the album. It's super, super chunky on there.
Chunky bass, just driving this band.
Oh, so much. I'm imagining this is every fan of this band's best. That's what I think it's probably considered the best album that they did. Yeah, I think it's a safe bet overall. But I think just
all five fans.
Is more than that. Well,
if you're interested in music production or whatever, you got to listen to it.
You gotta. You did say for a second that he was in the choir. I glossed over that, but yeah, as like a young kid, he
when they sent him to boarding school,
he performed in front of the Pope or something.
Oh yeah.
He sang to the Pope.
Just overlooked that.
No, it's no biggie. He's too busy working on his fucking medical career.
I mean,
Martin Dupont should play in front of the Pope.
Wouldn't be the weirdest thing that happened at the Vatican.
Maybe they'd fit right in.
Maybe.
I hope not. Jesus Christ.
You're right.
All right.
It would make all the fairs look like child's.
Oh, nothing. Okay. Easy with the puns
slow
there.
down, buddy. Let's slow down.
But we got one more. And this one is another compilation. This one is a little bit, I felt it was more vague. There's not a lot of info I was able to find about when any of these songs were recorded.
I'm going to assume, based on the box set, no later than 88.
Yeah, well, yeah,
because the box set's title is like the years the band started and ended, and these songs are included in it. So,
okay, all right. So let's just jump into it. This came out formally, officially in 2018. This is "Accident of Stars."
I've got a gun, I'm the kid. I've got a gun, I'm the kid.
I found this to be a spectacularly weak opener, but those vocals really remind me of Idols.
Oh, I was gonna say, I could picture like snarly, like punk, vocals.
It's such an ugly opener. This is giving the most abrasive thing out the gate.
That's probably not a good opener, but it's still, I don't know. It works. It works for me and the craziness that is this band. Such a tinny ride noise he chose for this.
Lo-fi.
Yeah.
Also, like, those are cool ass guitars.
Oh yeah. Okay. All right. Now let's talk a little bit.
But yeah, I didn't realize this was a compilation.
Yeah.
I realized it was posthumous after the band had broken up, but I did not realize it was.
Thoughts?
One of those things where it's like, they got a lot of stuff that never got released, and kind of makes you want to hear more. I actually like this more and more. I say that about all their stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a pretty unique though too. Like it's makes you think of probably before the first album, where maybe they're still kind of experimenting and finding. I guess they're always experimenting.
Yeah.
But the songs too are pretty groovy, like catchy and stuff.
Yeah, there are two songs where I never thought about relaxing while listening to this band, but Your Passion and Position.
Yep.
Pretty
soothing almost.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. So that was like, whoa, like if they stuck around, they could still expand and grow.
I did like Your Passion quite a bit. There's something really hypnotic about it. I can see it boring people who just kind of put it on and like not pay attention. I don't know. There's something
it does
really like scratching an itch.
It does get like kind of spacey and dreamy towards the end, with like the most spacey and gothy being Top of a Pyramid.
Oh, top of the Pyramids. There's something about that song that I like, but I can't place what it is. It's like that weird fake old shitty production. It just feels nice. I don't know. Robert,
I like Searching. That might be my favorite.
Really?
That's a weird fucking song.
It's weird, but it's like got that I don't know, the rhythm of it. It's very kind of machine like, but still I don't know. I was going to say funky, but maybe that's too extreme. But it's got this funny thing going in the background, and it just stays constant, even though like the parts of the song change. And it sounds like it shouldn't go together, but I don't know. That's what makes it go together.
Do go together.
It makes it go together, brother.
Hey, sounds like it don't go together, but it do.
I love Bridget on that song. Otherwise, I think it's fucking crazy and rough. There's something about it I couldn't.
I turn it loud when I'm driving. Let the windows roll down.
This was
let them know.
Yeah, let them know.
Fucking Dupont, motherfuckers. This was like the most punk rock to me. We had that first song, then Lost and Late. That bass line's just pretty punk.
Dude, it's the fastest, most upbeat song ever. Period. Fucking great. Great bass lines.
War Game is on here, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, that's the song where I'm like, I'm gonna save the YMO comparison. Like that song specifically to me is like the love child of Kraftwerk and YMO.
Real Kraftwerk vibes in that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So kooky. So
Yeah.
kooky. I dig it. Yeah.
Title track, very minimal. Not a lot.
I found that one to be infuriating. Absolutely infuriating.
You hate it.
Oh,
At least, yeah. I always wonder, like, why did they name it after that song?
Yeah,
Like,
why that's
It's just that song. It breaks my fucking brain, dude, because it sounds like the drums are intentionally offbeat, and that's what it will register to most people. They're not. What it is the downbeat is a tiny little baby synth hi-hat sound. And then the little the fucking and or the what do you call it? The fucking yeah.
Oh yeah.
That
in between.
The in between, just showing my fucking music theory and how much I lost of it. It's a heavy, loud bass drum. So it sounds like it's constantly offbeat.
Put it on.
You have to. It's fucking enraging.
I love how it broke my brain. Why did they name the album after that? Worst song on here. Fucking put that on.
We have to understand.
I was just out there watching Mike struggle, and Robert's gonna throw you the line.
Eyes wide open, have green in my vertigo.
Did you hear how it's completely off? Listen to just the hi-hat sound. It's on beat. The hi-hat is perfectly on beat. The bass drum that follows, it's not like wrong,
Yeah.
but it is not what you would normally do for a good beat.
Compare that to Searchin'.
Searching the slaps.
Searchin' does slap. That's what I try to tell you.
While we're speaking about things that are offbeat, I kind of felt that in He Calls the Sky Hector as well. Like, I don't know if it actually is, but it's
I remember the bass being pretty cool on that one.
yeah, I also don't enjoy his singing on that one. So
Did I miss that one?
it's like second, third. What's going on here?
I don't think I got that one.
Yeah, it's like the third track. Sucks to suck. It's not searching.
Shit. Well, either I didn't note it or it was skipped on my thing,
And
which
then
is unfortunate.
Dang, guess we got to do the whole show
God,
all over again.
God.
Oh, damn it.
scrap this, delete the files. And then the bonus track again, German.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
I'm not gonna try. Fuck it.
spots here.
I think you mean Japanese.
You mean I think French Japanese? All right, let's get spots here near and in there knock or something. I love it. It great. It definitely sounds older than all the other songs, like when it was recorded. But you got those booming robot vocals and zippy laser sounds. It's fucking great. I wish it was longer.
What do you think of No Crying?
No,
It's got
crying. I like.
Pretty wacky synth stuff going on. That's like catchy though.
I like it. I don't know who's singing on there. I don't know if that's Bridget or Catherine or when this was recorded again. But no, I dig it. I dig it. I don't know how good it would be as an opener, but I like it more than 22 pounds.
I forget which one Bit of Smile is, but I have it on here.
It is
the
a-
one that I like.
Really? I found a miserably generic main riff.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
killed
Put it
me.
on.
Put it on.
Gonna be here all.
In fact, put on the other song that I didn't hear either. 'Cause
Gonna be here all fucking night.
It's a
We're
long
gonna
episode.
spend the most time on this album.
Okay, so I'm gonna do He Calls the Sky Hector first.
Okay.
To try to jog Mike's memory.
Handed your nose. He calls the sky Hector. Examine.
It's gonna pick up a little bit.
Oh, yeah, I read
And it turns into like almost like a club song. Well, club and turn.
Yeah.
I hate it. I hate it.
I don't know why I didn't write anything for it.
Yeah.
I don't mind it. I don't mind it. I
Okay.
get why you wouldn't like it. I don't
Well,
mind
if it
it.
wasn't for that bass in the back, I probably wouldn't like it. but-
It's exactly the bass. It's the bass.
100%.
It's the
Oh.
bass. Yeah.
It's all about
So,
that bass.
But now the other one.
oh yeah,
Smile?
sorry.
Bit of smile.
This one, I feel like you can. I mean, you can hear the Joy Division, but this.
We've heard those chord changes infinite amount of times.
Yeah.
And then we've also heard the same chord changes with. I feel like a better electronic song with Telex. Haven't we met somewhere before?
Yeah, but it's also similar to Inside Out, I think.
It's pretty.
So I think if they needed to do this in order to make Inside Out, then I'm all for it.
Because that's true. Who knows when all these songs were?
Yeah.
Somewhere in an 8-year time span.
That's the thing with about that song, where
the chorus though is like
it's great.
Yeah.
No, I'd say like it's only that main riff that drags it down for me, because everything else, it's not even just the chorus. Everything else in the song, like the way there's this little transition after the chorus, it's like it's super wacky. It's fucking great.
Sounds
and then
like
it goes
Super
into
Mario
a really
Brothers.
melodic, heartfelt synth thing after that.
It's a good song. I just hate that main riff. I just fucking hate that main riff. Anyway, yeah, this is a surprisingly strong comp. And if you're a fan of this band at all, it's definitely a must.
Yeah, it feels more coherent than the other one somehow. What's Alan up to these days?
Well, first they broke up, and there's some very funny little things that we got here because like we said before, Tom got all the stuff from translator websites, and he started testing out different translators to try to figure out. And like, so basically what it's saying, like, yeah, he eventually focused more on medicine, and I think he's got a little messy with the ladies. I'm assuming he's not married to Beverly anymore.
Oh, wait a minute. I remember something about him. Even though he was a surgeon, he was still obsessed with music, that he had to listen to it all the time. And then even when he was sleeping, and it was causing some tension in his marriage.
It's right. Yeah.
Yeah. You ever seen the show Nip Tuck? It's about him.
Oh, no, I haven't seen it.
No, that's not gonna be that is the first Nip Tuck reference on the podcast. So make sure it's not the last.
Yeah.
It's a musical then.
I'm gonna. No, they always made like a big deal. They had like one of those CD players where like it like slides down and you put the CD in and then it slides up. They always had like the big. It's about two surgeons in Miami, so they do like plastic surgery. And then they always had like the like surgery scenes. They always played like a song that was like their big like needle draw, or is that what it's called? Whatever. That's like when they play the licensed music, all that.
He would also play during surgeries, I think.
Yeah,
like
that's what I was gonna say. Yeah,
which is hilarious and probably not the most.
Whenever he could get away. See, that's what makes me think like he was still. He didn't just like ditch music to be a surgeon. Like his heart's still there.
Much like his taste in women, he wants them all.
You mean he wants it all?
He wants it all. So according to, of course, I don't remember the name. I'm going to find out in 3 seconds. It is Rock and Folk, and this is published, I think, 2019. This is fairly recent. He says, I think they broke up, but without any kind of like announcement or like he didn't actually say we were broken up. It just sort of like slow drift off. Probably hoping to still kind of do it every now and then, but just never did. So it was a very like a loose breakup. He went to, continue. I think he went up north to continue with the studies. Bridget and Catherine stayed in Marseille, and then Beverly went back to London to become a producer. But I think it was a Brain magazine. Again, it's translated, so it's the funniest thing ever. What they said through the translation: mixing ass with professional relationships never goes well together. which is, he was like, okay, that's not probably what it means. So you put it through a different bot, and it says mixing sex with business relationships. And it's like, yeah, that's not nearly as good.
No, the first one's better. And I hope it's verbatim.
They're both saying the same thing,
but one is better.
One is better.
It don't mix ass.
It's all about how you say it.
Yeah. Also, so he went to go to continue with, to specialize in ENT, which Tom, those are very cheeky lines. So it would be very crude of me to suggest that his interest in throats impacted on the band in the past too. Which is, I
would say that's crude.
I would say that's fair to say. Oh yeah, I'm sure. I'm sorry, I'm supposed to be talking about the band. This is straight from Alan himself. He said, after the band stopped playing and recording together, Alan says Bridget worked with several musicians, specifically Patrick Portela, a contemporary composer, and she organized with her husband, Christian Arden, a brilliant chip music festival. Beverly became producer for Contemporary Music Network, and he says, I did some projects with fashion designers, and I worked with a French choreographer, Josette Baez. He says, afterward, I was a chief surgeon in a main hospital. It was impossible for me to keep the same involvement into music, so I listened to music. This is what we're talking about. So listen to music all the time, all day long, all night long. Even when I was sleeping, my wife was fed up with it. And in the operating room, when the anesthesiologist could bear it, during that long period, I bought several thousands of records.
Jesus
He
Christ.
sounds like a cool guy.
He sounds pretty fucking rad.
Pretty fucking cool.
And then Tom asked him, he said, is there anything you'd like to promote that you're involved with at the moment? And he says, our brand new album called Kintsugi, like the Japanese art, which repairs by sublimating broken ceramic with gold. I don't know anything about that.
It's when you accidentally break a ceramic like piece, whether it's like a bowl or a plate, and then you piece it back together with gold, and the cracks are like gold cracks. So it makes the design, because it was broken, it makes it more beautiful.
I've heard other artists talk about this.
That is a
before.
beautiful word in practice.
So that means there's going to be a loose ends episode.
For sure. He says, we recreated some of our songs in such a way that it sounds brand new and sublimate. It will come out on vinyl, hybrid, SACD, CD layer, high-res layer, and quadraphonic layer. Don't know what any of those mean.
You should know, right?
And a cassette limited edition with a different painting.
Wait, does he mean vinyl / like it's a hybrid where you could like play it on vinyl and see?
I don't think so.
Okay, no, that's too insane.
I think that would, no, I don't think, I'm sure he makes a lot of money as a surgeon. I don't think he's got fucking new media money.
I don't know. I don't fucking know.
He goes on to say,
he's a pretty creative guy.
That's sure. Maybe he's gonna be the one. He goes on to say, the mastering is done, but because of the crisis, there's some delay to get the records. We're now working with 3 other musicians, Thierry Santoni and Sandy Casado from Rise and Fall of a Decade, and Oliver Leroy from Ollie and the Bollywood Orchestra, and Contraro to play live again. The American tour should be announced soon.
Nice.
So we got word in, exclusive word in. Oh yeah, dude.
Had to wade through so much to get that exclusive.
I know. We were like an hour and a half in. By the way, breaking news, everybody. They're gonna fucking tour again. That's fucking rad. Yeah. That's super cool.
Well, it makes me happy that he's doing it again.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna try to be there if they come to LA.
Oh, they better. I hope they get a warm welcome too. It's fucking. Yeah, that's super underrated. At least a fucking Wikipedia page, for Christ's sake.
One goddamn Wikipedia.
I mean,
in English.
They have one in French, but yeah, an English one. Goddamn.
Well, all of it's streaming.
All of it's streaming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So nobody has any excuse now.
Please listen. So let's recap.
Me, best personal favorite, just because it hooked me. It was my introduction. I'm going to dig into this band more, but it's a great jumping off point. And then least favorite.
NAD.
Thank you.
81 to 83.
Thank you.
Same exact picks for me. Exactly the same. These are fucking wild stuff. But that first album is some different kind of sick fuck music. Robert.
Best personal favorite, Hot Paradox. Wait. Why am I forgetting the title?
You like it so much? The name 2 songs off of it, Robert.
It's been a weird day for me. I have a migraine and everything.
I'm just joshing you. You know that.
Worst least favorite. You know why do you say NAD?
NAD.
So it's not inedits.
Well, if you pronounce it like the English, I'm assuming it's pronounced because it has the little accent grave or aigu rather above the E. I'm assuming it's pronounced French.
I'll take your word for it.
Maybe it's inedit. Say inedit. So there's one of us is right.
NAD.
Thanks so much for listening and watching. Thank you everybody for fucking hanging out, supporting us, and like the video if you like the video. Leave comments if you want to talk shit. Don't care. Subscribe if you want to really help us out. And thank you, Tom. Fuck, man, for getting a hold of Alan and really letting us, teaching us so much about this band.
And thank you, Alan.
How did that happen? Yes, thank you, Alan.
Thank you, Alan. I don't know.
You produced my album.
This guy.
I think he just reached out. I don't know how he found him or reached out. He's a very sneaky man who knows his way around things.
He's this John Turturro and Mr. Deeds. Very sneaky.
He's John Turturro in any movie. That man is a beautiful soul. Yeah, so thank you for that. And I guess that's about that does it for us. If you want to help and support us, you like I already said, YouTube stuff, yada yada yada. You can check out the Martin Dupont playlist on Spotify. You got a link in the description, as well as places associated with pretty much every other episode. Find them all at everyalbumever.com. And if you want to really help us out, patreon.com/everyalbumever. Bonus episodes, loose ends episodes, 20% off all merch. You get to vote on polls. You get to see our schedule in advance. And if you're tier 2, you get to suggest artists for us so we actually cover it. And I think that's about it. You can follow me on all social media at PanderMonkey. You can find Alex on Instagram at
Mother Puncture.
You can find Robert where it's all your stuff.
Hoodpass.wick
on Instagram, as well as your full length. Give you out your full length, please.
Oh, my full length
album.
Oh, my own. Oh, yeah.
He's like unzipping.
Why do I always forget that crucial moment of the plug?
The most important plug.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well. Out of Korea by the Athenian Marketplace. Used a lot of weird vocal samples, kind of like Martin Dupont, but kind of not. That's why I felt an affinity with their music, because it seemed like they had a similar kind of process. So if this sounds interesting to you, maybe you'll find something in that.
Indeed. Wait. So you heard them after you recorded everything?
I heard them way after. Yeah. Because all the music. That's another thing that kind of makes you feel stinging common, is that we just made a bunch of stuff that just hasn't even been released yet.
Yeah.
So yeah. It's kind of like, I found this group that's already done what we were doing from
right. That's wild. Goddamn. So check all that out. Especially don't forget to fucking check out Tom's all of History Tom stuff. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Tom Osman Sounds, as well as a Substack, whatever comes next, or tomosman.substack.com. And of course, his full length record, which I finally heard in its entirety, but has been out for a while. Check that out. It's so much for all in a day's work on Bandcamp, on Spotify, on all the places. You can find a link in the description to that as well. It's very cool stuff. Check out everybody's stuff. We're all making music, baby. We're all doing our best. We all have something to offer. Please give us a chance. God damn it. All right. I'm back now.
I swear to God, if you don't know, pick whatever.
What we going to listen to?
I don't know. I guess it could be obvious and say Inside Out, since it was my introduction. It hooked me in.
You talked about it all the time. I think it'd be appropriate.
Hell yeah. So there it is. Inside Out. Thank you all so much for listening and watching. See ya.